gone, nothing left for dead. Sam Darnold's career was irrelevant. After flaming out with the Jets, Panthers, a year with the 49ers, finally he's in a position to succeed, and he, is leading the league in touchdown passes, and the Vikings are 3-0. Their coach Kevin O'Connell has masterfully created a scheme, game plan, and philosophy that's unleashed his new quarterback, and things look great for the most part. What has O'Connell done? How is Darnold succeeding? And why are there reasons that this maybe won't last forever? To start, we'll analyze how O'Connell has designed this offense and why he's created one of the best offensive ecosystems to plop a quarterback into in the league. Because the Vikings have one of the most efficient run games in the NFL and use 21 personnel, the fourth most, plenty of 12 personnel too, on first and second downs, defenses are forced to respect the run, which creates advantageous one-high safety looks. When defenses see you bringing heavier personnel onto the field, two important things happen. First, they sub out their third cornerback, which would match your third receiver, for a linebacker, because a cornerback is a little too light in the ass to defend against the run. And second, teams rotate their second safety down because the offense has added another body into the core of the formation, presumably to run, so the defense wants more bodies in the box to defend against that. The Vikings are the 7th most efficient rushing team in the league, so defenses are forced to match their heavier personnel and move that second safety into the box to create one-high coverages instead of two-high. Why does this benefit Sam Darnold if things are so run-focused? Well, before we answer that question, I want to thank this season's sponsor, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a daily fantasy sports app where you can pick any player, any sport, any day of the week. If you know something's going to happen, you can win big money. The way it works is they give you a projection total where you can put money down on more or less than that number. To play, you choose 2 to 6 players and select whether or not they beat that projection. This is the last few days of PrizePicks giving us a free square for Caleb Williams, setting his number at 0.5 passing yards. And when he hits a single yard, and then also my boy Jacoby Brissett goes under 160.5 for the 4th time this year. I did just 2, but if you hit on all 6, you can literally win up to 25 times your money. They have weekly promotionals, an entry can be made in literally 60 seconds or less, and they offer safe and fast withdrawals. If you use my promo code Rollins, if you put in $5, they will give you $50 for free. That's promo code Rollins. Darnold himself has found success by executing the scheme that O'Connell has developed. He's got the best deep ball completion percentage in the NFL at 67%, and it's because of the early down execution. Here the Vikings are in 12 personnel, which, like I said, forces two things. The Texans put a third safety in, instead of a linebacker, kind of an in-between of the corner and linebacker size-wise. And they also rotate one of the two high safeties down into the box to make sure they can account for the second tight end. This puts the one high safety in a bind to either go deep with the post route over the top or dive down on the crosser from the dagger concept. With a second deep safety, these play-action crossers don't put stress on the safeties. We can have the field safety take the post and the boundary safety take the crosser. But when defenses are respecting the run, see the Vikings are under center with two tight ends, you almost have to roll down into one high and dagger works perfect. We'll see this pop up in a few plays, but check out when the Texans play one high, they match the first crosser with the linebacker flipping his hips to take some of the pressure off the one high safety. O'Connell isn't just good at designing plays, he's quickly becoming one of the best play callers in the league, making in-game adjustments and attacking the defense's weaknesses. The Texans just got gashed on play action, so now they can keep two high safeties deep like I said, so this safety can, let's say, cut the crosser, while we still have this one deep for whatever Justin Jefferson's doing screaming across the formation. But O'Connell knows to attack the reaction to the previous play, so now that the Texans have lost a body in the box by keeping the second dude deep, we can hit him straight up the middle. Knowing how the defense will react is one of the toughest things to do for a play caller, because it requires making real-time adjustments when there are a million different variables. With the Vikings anticipating the Texans rolling their safety down again with them under center, they call this screen, but watch how they go about it. They run the same crosser to occupy the opposite linebacker like they did a few plays ago, so that their left guard just has to kick out the one guy, the safety rolling down, and Aaron Jones picks up a gigantic chunk. Then, after running enough of these crossers throughout the game, watch how they run a fake crosser to stop over the middle, and this is where we start to get more into how good Darnold has been. You can see the pocket presence where he's feeling the stunt coming outside in this long developing pass rush, and knowing he has to wait for his fake crosser to come open, he steps up and converts down the field. He's always had plenty of talent, but corralling that talent to not make the big mistake has always been his issue. He's gonna push the ball down the field with that talent, so O'Connell has helped provide more certainty with clearer looks so he's not pushing the ball deep into harm's way. Here the Vikings are in 21 personnel with a fullback and have both wide receivers up top. The Giants are forced to match with 3 linebackers, but feel comfortable playing 2 high safeties to mitigate any crossers. Watch how O'Connell motions the fullback CJ Ham across the formation, which widens out the zone coverage. The Giants are playing Tampa 2 zone, which is 2 deep safety cover 2 zone, but with a middle defender guarding this middle area. Because O'Connell has positioned both receivers up top, Bobby Okereke turns to face them instead of the tight end and fullback, and Darnold rips a missile up the seam. He's dominated on deeper throws like I said, but has the 21st longest time to throw on these deep balls, meaning O'Connell has him playing in structure, getting the ball out at the top of his drop quickly, then pushing the ball down the field. If he gets too out of structure and isn't clear in his read, he spazzes a bit, so from the Vikings' 3-yard line, O'Connell made sure to give him a defined A or B read when he got to the top of his drop, and he let her rip. Once again, they're in 12 personnel with 2 tight ends, forcing the 49ers into 1 high safety to stop the run. O'Connell trusts Darnold to the point where he sends just 2 eligible receivers out on routes, and uses an 8-man protection to give him time to read the field. People say, if he's even, he's leaving, meaning if the defender is even with the receiver, the quarterback should throw the ball so his guy can run under it. But here Darnold sees a safety behind Justin Jefferson, has the crosser open, but shows his talent, maybe some of his recklessness too, but completes the 97-yard home run ball. This is the Sam Darnold show, but I can't emphasize enough how good O'Connell has been. We've talked all day long about the benefits of 2 high safeties against the pass, against crossers specifically, but O'Connell can even scheme that up too. This is a 2x2 formation with 3 receivers against the Texans' 2 high zone coverage. However, with the motion it turns into 3x1, so O'Connell is flooding one side of the field, smart to do against zone coverage, nothing crazy, but then he leaks the backside receiver underneath to put 4 guys on the same side of the field, and then with the running back kind of pushing to that side too, all 5 guys on one side of the field. The first crosser holds the bottom safety, the motion receiver holds the top safety, the backside receiver holds the underneath coverage, and despite the 2 high safety coverage, O'Connell schemes Justin Jefferson wide ass open. Darnold has been excellent, but there are still some times where he slips a bit on film. He's had some beautiful full field read plays where he has gotten to his backside read, his 3rd or 4th, so it's not that he can't, but at times when the first concept isn't open to one side, he panics and pushes the ball into harm's way. I don't think he can sustain the Vikings offense if some of these almost interceptions become turnovers, but I mean, he's putting up numbers that are the best in the league, and I don't think anybody thinks he's that type of guy. He has extremely high highs where he can make an elite throw, like this one late in the 4th quarter to upset the 49ers. But then, yeah, there will be these plays where he's pushing the ball into coverage too much, risks getting intercepted, which would have drastically changed this 3-0 Vikings record. While he deserves a ton of the credit, it's the Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell who deserves the bulk of it. He has created a scheme, an offensive ecosystem, and has become a brilliant in-game manager to where he's designing the right concepts, calling the right concepts, forcing defenses to become uncomfortable and play left-handed every single game. With the strength of the Vikings defense and the surprise of their resurgent quarterback, this team does have staying power. If Sam Darnold can stay true to the system, keep pushing the ball into advantageous situations, While avoiding the extremely dangerous ones, the Minnesota Vikings can vie for the Super Bowl.